because, well, you know, need it on and gonna see what's going on X here, just because on the other phone. Here we go. Anyway, so what's going on, everybody? How is everybody today? I don't see anybody in chat yet, so I'm just gonna sit here and wait, at least for somebody to come in. Here we go. There's like probably watching on another platform. Anyway, so yesterday, turns out that Screen Rant put an article out there backing up the idea and notion that Kathleen Kennedy's not woke. Hey, Planet Musk, what's up? Party time. It's not yet. We've got, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I really do think it's time. What is the date today? This 22nd. We've got 12 days till the Tales of the Empire drops, which I think will be a great show. We've got a lot of other stuff going on, and I'm, excited. I can't wait till they start talking about, God, I can't even think straight right now. Till they start talking about Mando and Grogu, or whatever they're calling the movie. I've heard it's like Thunder Alley. That was a working title, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But as far as like looking at everything, I'm pretty certain that we've got good things ahead of us. If your name isn't in English and it's not even written in Western Arabic letters, I'm probably going to block you. All right, there's that. Let's see. I don't do that. I don't know who you are. But hey, Mike, how you doing? So we've got Screen Rant jumping in, and I find it funny in lots of ways because it's basically the same story. Now, look, this way here for a second because my nose is running again. Here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. Thank you, Planet Musk. Here's the deal. The people that are defending Matt Bellany's comments, and Matt, he's a Hollywood insider. He used to be one of the big editors at THR. He's an entertainment lawyer. He can call up people like Alan Horn and schedule lunch. I mean, he's a kind of a big deal. They're trying, or here's what I think. Bellany is trying to make it look like the woke shit was Ryan Johnson and Leslie, Headland and the rest of that garbage she hired. Okay. What this looks like to me is that she's being painted as incompetent. Is this supposed to be a rehabilitation of her reputation? I don't know. I mean, basically saying she's not woke. I mean, the subtext is, but she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. I mean, that's what that is. Okay? I'm not stupid. Okay? I didn't wake up, didn't just fall off the turnip truck. Okay? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, he's not helping her. But here's the funny part. The fan sites like The Direct and Screen Rant, who, blew Ryan Johnson and earned their knee pads and made sure they scourged Gina Carano and everybody who was like, Moses Ingram isn't a very good actress. Neither is Brie Larson. But somehow, saying Brie Larson, you're just misogynist, but saying Moses Ingram is a bad actress, you're not only misogynist, you're a racist. Rosario Dawson's a great actress. Okay, you could go on and on and on and on, but there we are. These, channels did that and went along with, now it looks like the former social media person at Lucasfilm who is a black woman, all right, and if you see social media woman's a black woman, you can expect Letitia James and Fannie Willis, okay, whatever her last name is. I mean, you can angry, tyrannical, racist, you name it. Okay, that's what you'll have. But here's the deal. She is woke. Now, I don't know why Bellany doesn't want to say she's woke. I mean, he knows it. Look, I don't understand the strategy. Maybe it's coming actually from Bob Iger. Okay, maybe Bob Iger saying, just imply she's incompetent. Okay, boss. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's her telling Bellany. So would Letitia Jane. So would Letitia. Even more so. That woman's a racist cow, but there you go. What is worse, being known as woke or being known as incompetent? Why? I mean, what I find fascinating is Bellany says that, Kathy had to be talked into a lot of this stuff. Really? How hard did Ryan Johnson have to talk her into Vice Admiral gender studies and all that weird shit? Okay. How hard did Tony Gilroy have to talk her into the dikes? Okay. What the fuck was that about anyway? It's not woke. Yes, it is. That's the definition. Okay. Trying to normalize any normal God-fearing person would look on as an abomination. Okay, look, I'm a libertarian. I don't care where you put it. But if I walk in to a tentpole movie and I'm stuck with something that to me is offensive, I'm sorry, okay? But here we are. We don't have normal relationships in anything in Andor. Mon Mothma's husband's a fat pig. Leslie Headland paints herself as a victim when she's out there victimizing women for help with her career from Harvey Weinstein. And there's Kathy. Instead of going, Leslie, why didn't you say anything when it was going on in front of you? Because this happened for decades. Okay, this happened for decades. Leslie's like, she's a moron. We've seen her soft racism to black women on a panel. I've got the video. We've seen her disparage George Lucas. We've seen her go off on some woke thing at Star Wars Celebration with the dweeby little BIPOC she's got hanging out in Padme's costume. Okay? And it's like, but Kennedy's not woke. She's just incompetent. Now look, if she could, if there was some way I could believe that she didn't say, oh, I love this. Admiral Amlin Haldo is such a great character, we should do this, and have her dress like this. If I, let me rephrase that. If that was shoved in my face, okay, oh, I agree, Mad. If that was shoved in my face, I would have said, are you fucking kidding me? Rewrite that whole fucking, rewrite all of it. I mean, I would have, this is me if I'd gotten The Last Jedi shoved in my face. What the fuck is this? What is this? Subverting expectations? This is woke garbage. All of it. Leia Poppins? What is this scene with Luke milking that, whatever that is? I mean, where's any sort of memory of Han? And I would have said, you're fired. Get the fuck out of here. And then I would have gotten on the phone, Ridley Scott saying, hey, what's your schedule like? You need to come and save the middle part of the trilogy. And do something glorious and dark and not what I've got sitting in front of me. And I would have kept that script and I would have given it to him. I would have given it to Christopher Nolan. I would have given it to Jon Favreau. What's wrong with this picture? All right. And to me, you've got to fix what they broke in The Last Jedi. Okay. And they didn't. Instead, Rian Johnson disrespects Han Solo more, as if that could be possible, but he disrespects Luke Skywalker. He disrespects Leia. He disrespects the entire franchise to subvert expectations because his girlfriend, if he's still with her, she's an insane feminazi. I mean, she is batshit crazy, okay? And, he won't, and their thing is, they're not going to get married, but it's not for the same reason Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn aren't married. Kurt Russell's about as woke as my dog's toenail, which isn't woke at all. Okay? Neither is Goldie, by the way. The problem we have here is Kennedy never put the brakes on any of it. She never put the brakes on TFA. They were banking on nostalgia points. They were banking on feels. Now, here's the difference between fan service Kennedy era and fan service Jon Favreau. We get Han and Leia broken up. And everything about that whole thing and all the scenes they were together were so fucking stupid. It was a bad sitcom. Larry Kasdan has lost any resemblance as a writer. Okay, he can't write an advertisement for Kleenex. Okay. J.J. Abrams is a mediocrity and a grifter, but we all know that. Kennedy should have looked at the script and said, what the fuck? Where are they all together? Why does Luke only come in at the end? 2, what the hell is this between Han and Leia? And then JJ would say something completely stupid. And, Kasdan would defend it, saying something stupid. And I would take the George Lucas route. I would say, stop projecting yourselves into this. Okay, this is not about you. This is not about who you feel. We have a movie to make that'll make the fans happy. They've been waiting for this for 40 fucking years. Okay, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do this right. So you're gonna go back, you're gonna fix what you broke with Han and Leia. You're gonna fix that, okay? You're not gonna have them broken up. You're gonna give them more kids, all right? You're gonna do something. I don't give a fuck what the SJWs think. I come from a family of 9. I have a friend who lives up in upstate New York. They have 12, 13 kids. 12 of them are boys. Okay. I have another friend who just rang the bell at the stock market last week, who has what looks to me, I think it's I have to ask him, national security analyst company, right? They have 10. I mean, I know plenty of people who have more than one. So that whole thing of defending JJ and the whole writing is bullshit. Breaking them up. I've talked about this. For the newbies, go back and look to everything I said back when I made this, when the channel was first made. Now, channels evolved a lot. Okay, there's a lot more. It's better than it was. Okay, but I talked a lot about romance in Star Wars. I talked a lot about Han and Leia, and I talked about why doing what they did to them was utter fucking bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. Anybody who let Lucasfilm could go. No. Then there's the matter of how Han is killed. Now we all know, I mean, Chris Gore was right. I'm hoping he's feeling better. We all know that that death was the death of a villain. Okay. We all know that stabbed through the chest and then kicked off a catwalk, falling into whatever that was. That fiery crater was a Palpatine-like death. It wasn't the death of a hero. It wasn't going out, saving Leia, going out, saving the kids, doing something noble. Okay. It was bullshit. 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 Okay. That was wrong. That needed to be fixed. Okay. That I would have had a private meeting with Harrison saying, first off, no, not this movie. Second movie. Second of all, what the fuck? Okay? Because if you looked at polls back in 2013, 2014, the 2 most popular characters in Star Wars, Darth Vader and Han Solo. Okay, not Luke Skywalker, not Anakin. Okay, the people that were, and that was normies, because those are the characters they knew. Okay, Harrison Ford, very popular actor. Darth Vader, the most recognizable antagonist in film history. Do not call him a villain because of who he actually is. Palpatine's a villain. Vader is not. Okay, Vader is not. So I'm looking at this going, when I look at all this and the fact that she let this shit happen, I mean, look, one day, people are going to look back at The Force Awakens and go, God, this movie sucks. Oh, thank you, Ira. Thank you, Musk. And I'm not kidding. Okay, it's not a good movie. They didn't get the performances from the major actors that were in it that they should have. If I was Adam Driver, I'd have looked at do you remember when he's wearing Vader's helmet and it looked like it was like this big? It was a teeny tiny one. I was like, oh God, he looks gay. He looks gay. That was gay. What the fuck? Put the hood on so I don't have to see you. So I don't have to see that. And he's obsessed with Grandpa. You're kind of looking at it going, I wonder, in reality, what he would have been told about his grandfather. Because usually, when you have grandparents, your parents talk about them, especially if you never met them. Okay? Like, the only grandparent I knew, and he was 4 when he died. He died like at the age of 86. My grandfather Ettry. The one off the boat from Norway. Oh no, no, the helmet, the little helmet. It's like, I mean, when you see him walking down the hallway and he's just, he's about as intimidating as a chihuahua with rabies, which actually would be kind of intimidating. You know, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What? But there you go. Okay, so you've got that stuff going on, and you know, you're looking at the poor decision making for the Force Awakens. You're looking at then The Last Jedi, which came in to take everything that JJ had been building up and destroyed it. I mean, and then when JJ comes back, and I'm going to say this, I firmly will stand behind this. You could have had this whole trilogy fixed with the rise of Palpatine, and they decided not to. We got Rey Palpatine. And I'm still like, what the and I'm gonna say this, Colin Trevorrow's, I read the script. It was almost as bad. Rey, the daughter of Han and Leia's maid. What the fuck? You know, it's like, no. It's the Skywalker saga. She has to be a Skywalker of some kind. I would not have been happy because I'm not a Mara Jade fan. I never have been. I think that when you look at the way Mara Jade was written and how she treats Luke, it's not a good. It's not. It's kind of a forced thing. Okay, and it makes more sense if the story didn't mean anything, Musk. It makes more sense if they're siblings. Leia is a twin. It's biological fact that if you come from a family that has twins in it, you as a woman will probably have twins. Oh no, it isn't. It isn't that deep of thinking. But because Kennedy was in love with Raylo and actually believed the shit that was on Twitter, which was nothing but bots and hot air from a bunch of Tumblr escapees who are now, thank God, back in Tumblr. They had to have Raylo. So we couldn't actually have a Skywalker saga. Okay. Then, of course, they have to save the bad guy. Well, look, here's the deal. Let's talk about John Boyega. We're still talking about Kathleen Kennedy not being woke. Okay. And we can also talk about her not being into diversity in the way that a lot of woke people are not into diversity. So John Boyega gets hired to play a stormtrooper who leaves. All right. And it's an intriguing character. I'm like this. Okay, whatever. I'm there because of Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill, and Peter Mayhew. I'm not there, the new Kenny Baker, who I think was he still alive then? I can't remember. Playing R2D2, and of course Anthony Daniels. So we get this black stormtrooper, and intriguing, I guess. And Kennedy is so affronted by the fact that it looks like Rey and Finn might have a thing, How dare he look at my my British aristocratic avatar? That's what this was. Because she's actually a closet racist. Okay? Every time you look at a black character, even Lando Calrissian, every time you look at a black character, they don't get the kudos they need. They only brought Lando back because they killed off Han Solo. That's it. Okay? That's the only reason why. Okay? I mean, at least be fucking honest with that. And he basically did the same fucking thing he did in Return of the Jedi, which the only problem I had with that, and you could have killed two birds with one stone. Lando goes back to raise forces to fight the Empire and move them off Cloud City. Han leads the attack into the Death Star in the Falcon with Chewbacca. Leia leads the commandos to blow up the shield. Okay. Therefore, you've got her protecting Han protecting her because obviously Andor's gonna in the line of fire. And you also give that love triangle that Han thinks is going on more of a thing, okay? And I mean, there's so much you could have done with that, but instead, we've got Larry Kasdan, who's starting to lose his mojo, by the way. I mean, after Raiders of the Lost Ark, he writes Return of the Jedi, and then just kind of, and I'm thinking probably because I think George probably looked at Return of the Jedi and went, it could have been better. I mean, it made a lot of money. It was a good movie. It was fine, but it could have been better. And I'm not talking about anything else other than the story, okay? Because I do think Lando leaving after they rescue Han, and I just love the idea of them all saying goodbye outside the Falcon, and you see this other ship, the Lady Luck, we'll call it, because that's Lando's ship, sitting there, and Han rearing back and knocking him on his ass. And then helping him up, and Leia's like, Han, why'd you do that, bro? Chewbacca's like, oh. Luke is like, oh, fuck. And Han said, we're even. And Lando says, I deserve that. And Han says, yeah, you did. Dusts him off and says, you need me and Chewie going after Cloud City, let us know. We've, I guess, got to, let us know. And if we can lend a hand, we will. Okay. They leave, goodbye, thank you, goodbye, bye-bye, hugs are passed around, and everybody departs for one place or the other. And Luke goes to Dagobah. That's it. That's how you do that. Then you've got the three amigos where they should have been to begin with. Okay? Because everything with Lando then makes sense. It doesn't make sense that he suddenly get what? And I don't mind the Ewoks. I don't mind the murder bears. I mean, I understand George's idea that he did not want them to be too sophisticated in technology, if you know what I mean. And okay, so like we've got analogies to Vietnam, and in my upload today, watch it please, analogies to Vietnam. And of course, anybody gung-ho for Vietnam was supposed to be a right-wing Republican. Really? My dad wasn't gung-ho. He supported you can support the military and not exactly go, I think this is a good war. We haven't had a good war since World War II. Afghanistan could have been, but that's another story. So, Kennedy's people, this is her incompetence, trying to say when they're defending the woke shit that Star Wars has always been political. And it's like, I don't remember rainbow flag types. I don't remember anti-capitalistic screeds coming out of short, fat Asian girls. I do not remember black men being used as tokens. Okay? I don't remember seeing men being ground into the ground by tall, skinny, condescending, smug brunette, British bitches, okay? All right? I don't remember Billy D. Williams getting shit because he was black and played Lando. I don't remember, what's his face? The guy that played Mace Windu. I don't remember him getting shit because he was black. That never happened until now. And the reason why it happened now is because the woke people want to create division. So instead of actually making character work worthwhile like Finn, like Reva, they put the character in a position where she can't. Samuel L. Jackson, of course he was. You know, he played, in my opinion, an antagonist for Anakin Skywalker. Okay, Mace Windu's jealous. Mace Windu's frightened of Anakin. Mace Windu has a feeling that Anakin is who they think he is, and he is horrified because he doesn't know how to deal with something that is that much higher in the food chain that the Force created, okay, by itself, without any male essence, if you know what I mean. And he doesn't know how to do it, all right? So, you know, you could look at Mace Windu and think he wasn't a good guy. He was an antagonist. Great character. Okay. No one said anything racist about it. All right. Not saying anything racist about Reva. Finn is designated a garbage man. He doesn't get the reception and the character he deserved to be, which is a Force sensitive who could be a Jedi. And even at the end of The Rise of Palpatine, yes, I'm calling it that, when he tells Rey, R-A-Y, not R-E-Y, because I refuse to give her kudos there. When you look at that, and you think, he has something, what is he going to tell her? I mean, what? We never got to hear it. Thanks, JJ. But damn it, you have made sure that we all saw the lesbos, the 300-pound one, macking on the other ugly one. Okay, because we all needed to fucking see that shit, didn't we? Because damn it, that's what Star Wars is now. Rollo is right. The sequels wasted the original characters and did them dirty, including Lando, Pando Lando. You know, remember that? That's another woke bunch of shit. And they wasted the potential of the newer characters. And really, you know, why didn't we have more Solo kids? Why couldn't it be the Skywalker saga? Because it wasn't. Rey is not a Skywalker. And I mean, they didn't even give her a new clothing change for The Rise of Palpatine. It's like, and the backflip she does over the TIE fighter? Really? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's dumb. You know, I mean, the only character that you could actually see doing that is Anakin. All right, because he is Anakin. So anyway, is Kathleen Kennedy a oh no, because it's the writing. It's the writing. You know, it is what it is. And the writing was bad. But still, we've got woke shit going on. And we've got, you know, the fact that Kennedy was so incompetent, she allowed the people who worked for her to treat the fans like shit. Pablo Hidalgo, his wife, Matt Martin, Phil Sostek, and on and on and on and on. I mean, all right, as far as I know, they're all still there. Okay. If she's not, woke, she hires Leslie Headland. If you guys watch the upload, all you gotta do is hear Leslie Headland in her own words. She's woke. Okay. She's also, like Kathy, a soft racist, because there's the panel that came out in 2019 that was just, and those two women are looking at her like, lady, you is a bitch. I mean, they were not happy with her. First off, Leslie Headland is a fucking moron. And, we're all supposed to believe Kathy's not woke, but she hires Leslie Headland. She hires fucking Leslie Headland. Okay. Now, if she's incompetent, and that's the subtext, and I'm hoping all of you have actually read what Matt said, because when you read what he said, she's incompetent. Okay, that's the subtext. And you're like, so what are we saying here? Why, the question is, why are Kathy Kennedy's obviously homages to wokeness The Force Awakens, Han and Luke, old male, pale, stale. Was allowed. You've got the Last Jedi. That was a woke shitstorm. You've got the rise of Palpatine. And it's like, but she's not woke. Why the fuck did she allow this shit then? And don't sit there and say she had to be talked into it. How hard did Rian Johnson have to talk her into Vice Admiral Gender Studies? Because that movie was filmed on the first draft. That was the draft that was submitted. They said, here, we're going for it. Really? No one said, this is garbage. And the fact that it made over $1 billion less than it was projected to, that's bomb status. The fact that the rise of Palpatine barely made $1 billion is bomb status. Because everybody saw The Force Awakens and they were like, no fucking more of this shit. The real fans, and the normies were like, we're done. This isn't Star Wars. Even normal people who aren't into it aren't into this shit. Aren't into being preached to. Aren't into this, Laura Dern frolicking around like some fucking purple-haired floozy. Okay? And being lectured to by a little Asian girl who's that big, like she's Mao's fourth wife. And it's like, okay, now, if she's not woke, Kennedy, or don't care if you don't think it's woke, it is. Okay, we've got that weird relationship. We've got any straight relationship being handled badly. Okay, because that's always, obviously, Tony Gilroy's a heterophobe. All right, that's what he is. And it's the lowest rated Star Wars Disney Plus streaming show. All right, then we've got the comments and the fact that, as it stands now, the Acolytes is 78% dislikes. And the comments are all about Leslie Headland and Harvey. They're all about that. And you're looking at it going, this is Kathy Kennedy hired her deliberately. But she is not woke. She's only incompetent. She's the president of the fucking company. All right, she wasn't aware of who Leslie Headland was and who she'd worked for, and the fact that she's a loudmouth activist bitch. Okay? Kennedy was the one that wanted to get rid of Gina Carano. All right. John Favreau didn't. He couldn't afford to. And Gina was an integral part of. Okay, sorry. Gina was an integral part of the Mandoverse. Now, why was she removed? Not because of the meme. That didn't have anything to do with anti-Semitism. She was removed because of her politics, because she said other things that they didn't like. Can I ask you guys a question? If someone is screaming at you to get vaccinated, shoving the rainbow flag and the tranny flag in your face, screaming at you that if you vote this way, you're a fascist, and supporting all government efforts to control oil production, etc., etc. Do you think they're punk rock? Do you think they're punk, or are they the establishment? They're the establishment. Okay. Johnny Rotten, very much, I'm going to paraphrase what he said not too long ago. I never thought I'd live to see the left become so twatty and policing everybody's thoughts and words, and the right being the anti-establishment. Because the people who were anti-establishment were fucking libertarian in reality. Okay, you look at any of the behavior of all these people. They might have been screaming slogans they shouldn't have been screaming, but their behavior was not totalitarian. Now we've got a Green Day, Pablo Hidalgo, wife, others screaming, "You better get vaccinated. You better get your booster. You better do this. You better do that. You know, billionaires should be disappeared and mulched, guillotined and mulched." And you're like, you're anti-establishment. You have billionaires that give you money. All right. Let's talk about the establishment billionaires before I get back to Kennedy. George Soros. Klaus, his daddy was a Nazi Schwab. Bill Gates, Mr. I want to poison everybody and kill off the human race. La, la, la. Okay. That's the establishment. All right. Barack Obama. Here's a question. I'll let you guys ponder this. The guy shows up in Washington, D.C. with barely $1 million in the bank. And the paycheck of the president, I think it's a little over $400,000 a year. How the fuck did he become a billionaire during his 8 years? You know, you guys gotta ask that question. You wanna ask. Because it doesn't seem right. Okay. So then we've got other things going on. All right. We've got, all right, is Kennedy woke? Yes. Yes. Yes, Direct. Yes, Screen Rant, who have kissed her ass. Now you're trying to imply that she's incompetent. Yes, she's woke. She hired all these people. All right. She gave Pablo Hidalgo his permanent job at Lucasfilm. He said that. It used to be on his bio on Wikipedia, and then he changed it. She hired Leslie Headland. She hired all of these, these woke people. I mean, how many people wanted to put Gina through a struggle session at Lucasfilm? There were like 40 or 50. Jeez. Where do you fuckers find these people? All right? Where? And it's like, you're looking at all this shit, but she's not woke. Really? Really? She is woke. She is also incompetent. Okay. To me, when I look at this, I think, and she's a raging feminazi, miserable, bitter woman, and she's stupid. There's a great, the interview that I had on there, where she's going, little girls don't identify with Luke and Han, they only identify with Leia. And I'm like, and she's very serious about it. You're like, and, you know, these are the things that you have to think about. Okay, so anyway, I've been on for 45 minutes and I gotta go. I'm gonna jump on sci-fi for me because Cameron's on there right now and I wanna drop in and say hi. But you guys have a good afternoon and I'll see you around the galaxy.